Hello, it's Celeste here, and welcome to a crafter's story. So I was making some tape using tissue paper in another video, and I'll link it below in the description. And one of the ladies that watched and commented, Dorothy, I'm pretty sure it was Dorothy, and if I'm wrong, I will apologize in the description as well. But I'm pretty sure it was Dorothy. She said, have I thought about maybe using dress patterns? You know, these dress patterns that you get? And because it's pretty much tissue paper as well, right? If you kind of look at the consistency, it has that gift wrap tissue paper consistency. And I thought, well, yeah, but what else can I do with it? You know, because I just used double-sided tape to strengthen it on the previous video. Then I thought, well, I could glue it. So you guys, I've been trying to come up with as many ideas as I could without waffling along too much. But here are two examples. And then I've got a third and a fourth example, and then I'd like to see if I can make a pocket with you guys. Excuse me. Oh, I know where that other one is. Okay. So I've made, once you've glued the front and the back, and I'll show you which glues I used and why, it's still fairly floppy, you know, it's still very thin, but it has more stability to it. You know, it's not going to tear as easily. It's almost like you've given it that like a coating. And the one glue, the liquid glue that I used, this Elmers liquid glue, in some countries they call it Ponel glue, but it's just basically a white liquid glue, and it's an all-purpose. It's got, when it dries, I did this liquid glue on just the one side of this one, and when it dries, it gives us. Now I know that if I had done that with a tissue paper before, it would have just ripped apart, right? But I've glued it. Now it's got quite a bit more strength. Now the issue that I have with this glue is that I can't, with my gel pens, it works, but it's like trying to draw on plastic. It doesn't dry very well. It's streaky. And so the solution, I mean, it works, but I like to doodle on things. And so with the gel pens, sorry, it didn't want to work very well with that. Okay, so what I did is I took the some of my matte gel and put that on here, and where the liquid white glue leaves it almost plasticky but strong. This one, excuse me, this one is still strong with your matte medium, but it has a more paper feel to it, and when you draw on it, it's just easier. So I'm trying to draw over there, so it's just easier to draw on. The gel pens dry quicker on it. You know, it's just a personal preference, but both of them work. So what I've been doing is putting the liquid white glue on the back, the matte medium Liquitex on the front, and that way I'm getting the best of both worlds. I've got strength on both sides, but I'm still able to draw on the other side easier. You can draw on the liquid glue, it's just not as easy. And so that's exactly what I did here when I made the little book. I just stapled a couple of pages into, I went a bit overboard, you guys. I went a little overboard. Like, you don't need 4 staples. 2 on the outsides would have been fine. In fact, 1 in the middle probably would have been fine, but Anyway, I had a stapling moment there. so, so on this design, I tried to follow the design, the printing on the paper already, and just because there was a curved line here, and then it says stitch line, there was a line up there, so I just followed the pattern and drew in my little squiggles and put a gold pen into the center of the leaves, so you can make, and then pretended that I sewed it by doing a little sew pattern on the outside. So that's easy, that's nice, and it's pretty strong. It's not going to come undone on you. Okay, and then this guy was actually my first one that I made with it, and I don't know why in the world I made this thing so big, but I did. Maybe it's a good thing I can show you now how it works. And it's it almost has that sort of lunch bag feel now. It's got a little bit more sturdiness to it. I think I'll probably use this to store stickers and things into. And just so that I could see where the edge was, I put this little bit of lace in here. And there's no rocket science to this, you guys. I put some double-sided tape down the side, flipped it, and then folded this over for a pocket. And then I have these rub-on stickers that I thought were quite nice, and I just did like a tri border and a piece of that lace again, and of course, typical me, I went and I aged all the edges. So those are the two main examples. Now the thing that I thought of just as I was kind of thinking about starting this video is I was kind of throwing out all the pieces, because this is a pattern that I bought from let me start this and then we can talk while I can tell you about it while I start gluing. And so I was emptying out the little bag little pocket bag that I had bought from a thrift store, and it's a bit wet, and all those big pieces were coming out, and I was using them up, and then just gave it another quick little shake to see if there was anything else in there, and this piece fell out, and this is the front of pants, the front seam part of pants, and so I thought, well, it has this straight look. What if I did a belly band with it? You know, something like that, something like a belly band. What if I did that? Because I could, first of all, just strengthen it by putting my, I'm being quite generous, if anybody's wondering, I am being quite generous, and sometimes there's writing on here that I don't like, and I will probably just put a sticker over it, or a rub-on sticker, or a paste-on sticker, or I'll doodle over it. And so, oops, this is not going to dry in time. Well, it's not going to dry quickly, so I'll put it aside to dry. But once it's dry, carefully, you guys, this does still tear a little bit, especially if it's adhered to a mat or wherever it is that you, and it needs to be on plastic. If you do this on paper, it's going to stick it down. So just once this is dry, I will come in with probably a craft knife or something, and just quickly just get it, well, quickly but carefully get it off here. Then I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to put the liquid glue on the back, and then cut it to size, and it can go in your journal. I think probably for this one I'm going to want to put down a little ribbon, which I know I took out and I've lost. It's okay. What is wrong with, oh my gosh, you guys, it's right in front of my face, man. Oh brother. Okay, so I'm probably gonna want to put down this ribbon, just on the inside edge here, and just on the inside edge on the other side. And then I thought, because there's some writing here that I don't really like, I'm going to put a little sticker here and a little sticker there. And just to finish it off, I thought what I could do is to put a little lace there as well. So that's going to be a belly band. And I'm going to put it one side and carry on with the next example. So here's a very large piece that I've already, let me get some of the stuff out the way. Okay, so this is a very large piece. It's a sleeve of whatever this was. I think it was pajamas, men's and boys pajamas, I think this was. And so I've already gone ahead and taken my Liquitex, and I went all over. I think I went from there to there. I flipped it and I put my liquid glue on the back, also from there to there, all the way down. So, and then left it to dry overnight. Very strong. I think if I try here where there's no glue, let's see. Oh, see, can't do that if there's no glue. It's gonna do that. So, but with the glue and it's quite strong. Okay, so what I thought I would do with this one is make another pocket, just a whole bunch smaller. So I think I'm going to try and keep my arrows lined up, and I want this sort of roundy bit. It's going to be on the inside, isn't it? Oh no, it has to be this way. For my writing to to show the correct way, I'm going to have to do it this way. All right. There we go. And that little arrow, just to keep everything straight, I'm going to try and line it up with that line. And then I think coming over, I want to come over to maybe to here. So just above where the French writing is here. Is that French? Yes, it's French. I'm going to just bring this and quickly cut that off. Okay, let's cut that off. Where's my French writing? Important. No, that sounds more Spanish. Oh, maybe I should leave the languages alone. I'm not very good, obviously. All right, let's cut this off. And then when you're cutting it, once you've glued it and you're cutting it like this, it doesn't tear as easily, which is also nice. Okay, so that's gone. So let me bring this over, Skidovers, and I'll line up my lines there. Oh, look how skew I went. Oh no, oh, that's terrible. Wonder if that's the pattern or if it was me. Probably me, but I'm gonna blame the pattern. Okay, I can straighten that up. All right, so here, just to get some kind of a straight edge, I will put my folded edge along a line, and then let's see, let's go use this as our center-ish, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 3. Go 3 across. 1, 2, 3. That's wide enough. Probably even too wide. Let's go 2 across. I think 2 across is enough. There we go. Where's that thing gone? There we go. I found it. And down. And then from our center, 1, 2 across. There we go. Yeah, that's a better size pocket. Good gracious. I cut a lot of the writing off, which I didn't realize, but that's okay. It's all right. All right, so now when we come across, we line that up here and see if I can line the top up. Oh, Slash body battling, really? There we go. Oh gosh, I am skew. Look at how skew everything is. But I can fix it. I can fix it. It's okay. As long as the top and the bottom are now. There you go. Nice and straight. Just trim it a little bit. Like that. Okay. Flip it. Find my corners. Oh yeah, look at how skew I went. That's all right. It's okay. And straighten that off. All right. So here we've got our little pocket, which is still a bit skew there. So let's just straighten that out. I don't know. Obviously following the patterns, the lines on the pattern itself, the pattern paper is, is not, I just stabbed myself. That's not good. Following the lines on the pattern is probably not a good idea. And I suppose if I think about it now, it makes sense because it's a pattern, you know, it's not going to be straight. Okay, so here I'm going to put down some double-sided tape here. Like that. And a little bit on the other side. Just like that. And I went a bit over, so that's okay, because I can cut it off. Yes, I'm going to just cut it off. Just like that. And see if I can, there we go. That one gave off easily. And that one, I'm so happy that I was able, because I actually have a few packets of this dress pattern paper. Oh man, I did it again. I meant to remember to age this before I put it down, and I didn't. Oh, brother. Okay. We'll just wing it. There we go. That's fine. No stress, no mess, no fuss, no stress. Okay. And I think this one is very clean. There are so many clean lines, and I think it probably needs quite a bit of embellishment. So I will do that. And I think maybe we can make, oh, look at that. It says cutting lines, which is exactly what I'm about to do. How funny is that? Okay, well, I'm just going to give this a little bit of more of an interesting edge, I think. And this cuts really well too. That's a nice bonus too. All right, so let's see if I can just give some differentiation. Oh, that was a big word, differentiation. Some definition. Keep it simple. It's too early in the morning for me to get all fancy. Just get a little bit of ink on here so that when you close, you see the flap close area a little easier. Am I right? Yes, look at that. Much better. Much better. And we can just give, yeah, so that actually, while I'm doing this, as this is a point I wanted to point out, point out, is that these distress inks, the Tim Holtz distress inks, and I have used another sort of supermarket type ink works just fine. And even though you've got all the glue on it, I thought maybe it wouldn't dry and it would stay, you know, smudgy and come off on my fingers. And it didn't really. It actually worked just fine. So that's another bonus. All right, what have I missed? I've missed these two sides, and then I think I'll put the pocket. Maybe I'll steal that sticker. All right, so there you go. So I'll put that aside. I wonder if I used a dragonfly sticker. That would be nice. Oh, it's not. Okay, so this one's not a dragonfly. This one is a botanical picture. What if I just put that? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I had a bunch of rub-on stickers. Let's see if any of those will look nice. I think they might. Look at this. That's pretty. Which one do you guys think? That's a bit too organic. Thanks. Yeah, I was listening. I like this one. So let's do this one. So now what I could do with this little pocket, honestly, you guys, it's sky's the limit, is you could maybe put a little fasten here and here, a little bit of string. You can put a bunch of stickers on it. You can do just whatever you want to embellish your little pocket, or that belly band that we started making. I'll bring this back out so you can see. You can doodle on it. You can put your stickers on it. The main focus for me on today's video was not so much the making of the goodies. It was more to show you the possibilities and how you can, you know, what you can make with this paper once you've glued the front and the back and strengthened it. Then you can make sticker strips, doodle strips. I will put a link to that doodle strip. I think I mentioned it earlier. So you could make those doodle strips, or little journal covers, larger journal covers, big pockets, small pockets. Once this is dry, it takes a minute. In fact, it took me all overnight for this to dry, but once this is dry, it could then become the belly band, as we mentioned. Oh, I have one more example, but let me get this rub-on sticker on here, and you'll see how easily it actually, and how pretty it's going to be. Oh, let's see. There, look at that. Now I'm going to keep coming back with more of that purple, because I think it will look just really pretty everywhere. I had one more example. This little piece fell out as well, and I think it's probably like a cuff, you know, by your neck, by the shoulder. This little piece came out, and I thought, well, okay, I will put the liquid text, the matte medium, on top so that I can draw on it. and so I did, but I just put the little dots, put a whole bunch of these little rub-on stickers on here. And then this also came out of the pattern. And so this paper is more like packaging paper, more like printer paper. But I thought I need that in this case because I want this to be, let me quickly cut it out and I'll show you. I needed a little extra strength on here, so I've used up that other sort of instruction paper that comes, or construction instruction paper that comes with in the pattern. And now it has quite a bit of strength to it. And I thought maybe on a page, let's see if I can find it empty. Maybe I can put it in, follow this line and put it into, oh, it's a little wide, a page like this, and then it can become a little pocket as well. Hey, I think that'll work. Yeah, so that's another example. So just, I think once you get your your pattern and get all this paper out, and once you've treated it with a glue, follow some of the lines like I've done here. Maybe just keep the piece as is, just neaten up the edges and just stick it straight into your journal. Maybe you use it in collage paper. I've used these arrows a lot in collaging. Sometimes there's numbers like, or letters like this that I've cut out and put in collages. This cute little number here. Play around with it and just see what you come up with. Thank you so much for joining me once again and visiting with me. I have so much fun crafting with you, and I always appreciate your time. All right. Oh, let me move this and stop moving it around. There we go. Okay, I'll let it go. I'll leave it there so you can see. Thank you so much for visiting with me. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.